Warning: have you ever felt drained and exhausted after interacting with certain individuals? Some people enter our lives not to build us up, but to deplete our energy, violate our boundaries, and exploit our kindness. If you encounter someone consistently demanding the following, sever ties immediately. This video will identify 6 personality types you should never indulge, lest you become manipulated and lose yourself. Watch until the end for a surprising revelation. 1. Individuals who consistently deplete your energy reserves. Personal energy encompasses not only physical well-being but also mental and emotional states. It is a vital resource that sustains passion, purpose, and quality of life. Depletion of this energy invariably leads to exhaustion, demotivation, and a potential loss of direction. Individuals who drain your energy exhibit several key characteristics. They consistently demand your time and attention, contacting you at their convenience without regard for your schedule or well-being. They take your presence for granted, expecting constant support and attention. They offload their negative emotions onto you, complaining and venting without seeking genuine solutions, effectively using you as an emotional dumping ground. Reciprocity is absent, the relationship is one-sided, with you consistently providing support while receiving nothing in return. When you require assistance, they disappear or offer excuses to avoid helping. They manipulate you under the guise of emotional obligation or responsibility, using phrases like, "good friends should do this," or "family should help each other," to guilt you into compliance, transforming your kindness into an enforced duty rather than a freely given act. The detrimental effects of establishing no boundaries include significant mental and physical exhaustion stemming from excessive time and energy expenditure on others. This leads to a pervasive life imbalance, diverting resources from self-care and crucial relationships. Ultimately, neglecting personal boundaries diminishes self-worth, fostering feelings of insignificance and devaluation, thereby impacting self-esteem and overall motivation. Solution: conserve your energy. Identify energy drains. Observe how you feel after interacting with individuals, energized or depleted. Learn to assertively decline requests. Assistance is not always beneficial, particularly when detrimental. Establish clear boundaries to protect your time and energy. Invest energy in reciprocal relationships. Those who genuinely value you will respect your limits and not demand excessive sacrifices. Cultivate balanced relationships characterized by mutual contribution and support. 2. Individuals who pressure you to compromise your principles. Personal principles are the core values, beliefs, and ethical standards that guide an individual's actions, decisions, and life choices. These principles serve as crucial boundaries, safeguarding one's integrity, honor, and moral character. Compromising these principles under duress can lead to a loss of self, diminished self-respect, and profound internal conflict. Who seeks to compromise your principles? These individuals may be friends, colleagues, family members, or those holding authority over you. Their methods typically include direct coercion, using power, commands, or pressure to force compliance, emotional manipulation, inducing guilt or fear of abandonment for non-compliance, and the exertion of social pressure, creating the perception of widespread conformity to compel adherence. Recognizing coercion into compromising your principles. You experience discomfort or remorse after performing an action. Acting against your principles leaves you feeling regretful or diminished self-worth. Coercive tactics include statements such as, "Everyone does it. Why are you different? You'll miss this opportunity if you don't comply. I thought we were friends. Friends help each other. You're too rigid, you need to be more flexible." They induce guilt or fear of isolation for non-compliance. Emotional manipulation and leveraging relationships create apprehension about losing social acceptance. You are presented with an ultimatum, a situation devoid of genuine choice. They corner you, creating the illusion that compliance is your only option. Compromising personal principles carries significant detrimental effects. It erodes self-respect and integrity. Abandoning one's principles for others undermines self-belief. Furthermore, such compromises establish harmful precedents, encouraging exploitation and making adherence to principles increasingly difficult. The long-term consequences can be severe, leading to feelings of distress, self-reproach, and even depression. Uphold your principles without compromising relationships by learning to assertively, yet tactfully, decline requests. For example, state, "I value our friendship, but I cannot participate as this action conflicts with my values." Establish clear boundaries. Communicate your limits up front to prevent difficult situations. Choose your environment wisely. If a group or environment consistently pressures you to compromise your principles, consider seeking alternative relationships or employment. Avoid over-explanation. You do not owe anyone justification for adhering to your principles. A simple, "I will not do that," is often sufficient. 3. The manipulators. Manipulators are individuals who seek to control or influence the thoughts and actions of others for personal gain. They often employ sophisticated psychological tactics to coerce compliance without the target recognizing the manipulation. Such individuals can be encountered in any relationship: familial, parents, siblings, spouses, professional, supervisors, colleagues, platonic, or romantic. Manipulators exhibit several common characteristics. They seek to control others to achieve personal objectives, disregarding boundaries and coercing compliance. They are adept at rationalization and manipulation, twisting situations to induce guilt or self-doubt in their victims. They exploit emotions to control, inducing fear, obligation, or dependence. Finally, they evade responsibility, deflecting blame onto others. Common manipulation tactics. Manipulators employ various tactics to control others, including gaslighting, a manipulative tactic designed to erode your self-confidence, is among the most insidious forms of psychological abuse. Perpetrators employ statements such as, "You're misremembering, it didn't happen that way. You're being overly sensitive, it's nothing." Or, "Everyone agrees with me. You're the only one who thinks differently." This systematic undermining gradually leads to self-doubt and dependence on the abuser for validation of reality. They manipulate by playing the victim to induce guilt. For instance, refusal to assist them might elicit responses such as, "I thought we were friends, but I was wrong," or, "I've done so much for you, and this is how you treat me?" This guilt-tripping tactic aims to coerce compliance. Coercion and intimidation. They may employ direct or indirect threats to manipulate your compliance. For example, failure to comply will have unforeseen consequences. Should you end our relationship, I will harm myself. Beware of manipulative praise. Such compliments are used to control you and induce compliance. For example, consider statements like, "Given your intelligence, you'll surely recognize this as the optimal approach." Or, "You're the only one I trust, don't disappoint me." They may assist you, but subsequently leverage this to create a sense of obligation. This manipulative tactic is characterized by statements such as, "Without me, you wouldn't be where you are today." Or, "I sacrificed so much for you, how could you do this?" They attempt to isolate you from others, controlling you by severing your support network of family and friends. This manipulation often manifests as statements such as, "Your friends are bad influences, you should distance yourself from them." Or, "Your family doesn't understand, only I truly care about you." The consequences of manipulation are severe and long-lasting. Continuous manipulation can lead to diminished self-confidence and self-doubt, anxiety, depression, and emotional exhaustion from the constant effort to appease the manipulator. Furthermore, it results in a loss of personal identity and the inability to make independent decisions, ultimately leading to isolation from healthy relationships. Confronting manipulation. A strategic approach recognizing manipulative behavior is the first critical step in protecting yourself. Observe interactions carefully to identify attempts at control, persistent feelings of guilt, self-doubt, or exhaustion in the presence of a particular individual or strong indicators of manipulative tactics. These individuals often subtly undermine your confidence and autonomy, leaving you feeling depleted and questioning your own judgment. Establishing firm personal boundaries is paramount. Do not allow yourself to be exploited. Clearly define your limits and communicate them assertively. For instance, if someone consistently demands your assistance without reciprocation, a direct and unambiguous response is necessary. Instead of lengthy explanations, firmly state, "I am unable to assist you at this time," or "I have prior commitments and am unavailable." Avoid justifications. A concise refusal is sufficient. Resist the urge to over-explain. Manipulators thrive on argumentation and will exploit any attempt at justification to further their control. Concise and decisive responses prevent them from twisting your words or prolonging the interaction. Remember, your well-being is paramount, and you are not obligated to provide extensive explanations to those who disregard your boundaries. Maintain emotional detachment when making decisions. Manipulators often target emotions to influence behavior. Prioritize rational thought and objective assessment. Before reacting, take time to analyze the situation dispassionately, considering the potential consequences of your actions. This conscious effort to separate emotion from decision-making is crucial in resisting manipulative tactics. Seek support from trusted individuals. Confiding in reliable friends, family members, or mental health professionals provides valuable external perspective. These individuals can offer unbiased support, helping you to identify manipulative patterns and develop effective coping strategies. Their objective insights can empower you to navigate challenging situations more confidently. Finally, sever toxic relationships when necessary. If manipulative behavior persists despite your efforts, prioritizing your well-being necessitates distancing yourself from the individual. Maintaining a relationship that consistently undermines your self-esteem and autonomy is detrimental to your mental and emotional health. Protecting yourself from further harm is a justifiable and necessary action. 4. Individuals who disparage your aspirations. Who are they? Those who diminish your aspirations are individuals who lack faith in your capabilities. Frequently criticizing, belittling, or discouraging you when you share your goals and ambitions. These individuals may include family members, parents, siblings, spouse, friends, colleagues, superiors, teachers, or even strangers prone to judgment. They are united by their unwillingness to encourage you. Indeed, they actively hinder your pursuit of your dreams through negative words and actions. Individuals who undermine your aspirations may employ various tactics, but several common traits emerge. They consistently question your capabilities, doubting your competence. Instead of encouragement, they cite failures to instill fear. They utilize pragmatic arguments to extinguish your passion, stating, for example, "Don't be unrealistic, the real world isn't that easy," or "That won't make much money, be practical." They may ridicule your dreams, mocking or dismissing your plans. They pressure you to abandon your pursuits, suggesting that pursuing your aspirations is a waste of time and advocating for more stable employment. They leverage their experiences to intimidate you, using past failures to predict your own potential for failure. Why do people diminish your dreams? Several factors contribute to others downplaying your aspirations. 1. They fear your success surpassing their own. Some individuals are threatened by your achievements, feeling inadequate in comparison. Your pursuit of dreams exposes their own lack of ambition. 2. They possess a limited mindset. Certain individuals prioritize safety and predictability, avoiding risk. They perceive dreams as unrealistic, believing in a singular path to success, e.g., education, stable employment, marriage. 3. They've experienced failure and project it onto you. Past setbacks lead some to assume your endeavors will also fail. Their experiences become evidence against the feasibility of your dreams. 4. They genuinely worry about you. While well-intentioned, their concern may manifest as discouragement. Fear of your potential failure or hardship prompts them to urge you towards perceived safety. 5. They desire control over you. Controlling individuals may discourage your dreams to maintain influence and dependence. For example, a controlling parent might declare, "You can't do it," forcing conformity to their chosen path. The consequences of heeding their advice can be severe: a loss of self-confidence, leading to a belief in one's inadequacy or inability to succeed; premature abandonment of dreams, resulting in surrender before genuine effort; a life unfulfilled, characterized by a pursuit of safety over happiness; ultimately, profound regret for failing to follow one's own path. Strategies for countering discouragement regarding your aspirations. When confronted by individuals who attempt to undermine your ambitions, remain resolute in your pursuits. The following tactics can be employed to effectively address such situations. Maintain unwavering self-belief. If you genuinely believe in your aspirations, Do not allow the negativity of others to deter you. Success is rarely instantaneous, however. Persistent dedication will ultimately yield the desired results. Minimize interaction with individuals who exhibit negativity. If you identify individuals consistently undermining your ambitions, limit your interactions and avoid sharing your plans with them. Confine discussions of your endeavors to those who offer genuine support and encouragement. Demonstrate success through tangible achievements. Rather than engaging in unproductive arguments, focus your energy on diligent work, allowing your accomplishments to speak for themselves. Substantial achievements will effectively silence any doubters. Cultivate a supportive community of like-minded individuals. Seek out and connect with those who share your passions, fostering mutual support and encouragement. Consider joining relevant groups, clubs, or online forums dedicated to your field of pursuit. Refuse to internalize the fears of others. The limitations or anxieties of others should not dictate your own path. While it is important to listen to diverse perspectives, ultimately, you must make independent decisions aligned with your personal best interests. Transform criticism into motivation. Instead of allowing disparaging remarks to discourage you, leverage them as fuel to demonstrate the fallacy of such criticisms. History is replete with examples of successful individuals who faced ridicule before achieving remarkable accomplishments. 5. Individuals who seek to undermine your identity. Who are they? These individuals can be anyone in your life: family, friends, romantic partners, colleagues, or even society at large. They often coerce, pressure, or manipulate you into conforming to their expectations, gradually eroding your sense of self. This includes family members imposing their desires on their children, romantic partners controlling your attire, behavior, and preferences, friends pressuring you to emulate them rather than embracing your individuality, and societal or cultural norms dictating standards that compel you to change for acceptance. The common thread is a disregard for your personal identity, a persistent attempt to mold you into someone you are not. Individuals exhibiting these behaviors may manifest in various ways, but common indicators include pressuring you to conform to their preferences, dictating your lifestyle choices rather than respecting your autonomy, criticizing your personal attributes, denigrating your interests, style, and values, making unfavorable comparisons to others, fostering feelings of inadequacy, imposing unwanted rules and expectations, forcing conformity to their perceived standards, controlling your choices, dictating aspects of your career, friendships, and personal expression, inducing guilt for asserting your individuality, manipulating you into believing self-reliance is selfish. Why do they want you to lose your identity? Numerous factors motivate individuals to pressure you into self-alteration. They seek to control you. Loss of personal identity fosters dependence, rendering you susceptible to manipulation. Second, they fear your individuality. Some resist change, clinging to established norms. Deviation from these norms threatens their established social circles. Third, they fail to comprehend your true self. Though unintentional, their lack of understanding prevents them from meeting your needs. They impose their perspectives, disregarding your feelings. Finally, their concern is misguided. They believe conformity protects you from societal judgment. For example, parents may pressure you towards financial stability rather than pursuing your passions. The consequences of losing your identity when unduly influenced by others are severe: loss of self, resulting in a life devoid of passion and personal goals, pervasive dissatisfaction and unhappiness. Despite potentially achieving external validation, diminished self-confidence, fueled by a constant feeling of inadequacy, and ultimately, a life unlived, characterized by a profound sense of unrealized potential. Identify your core values. Introspect. What defines you? Which values, aspirations, and lifestyle choices contribute to your well-being? Self-awareness fosters independence from external influence. Establish firm boundaries. Not everyone has the right to dictate your identity or life choices. Assert yourself by refusing demands that compromise your comfort. Cultivate self-assurance. Do not allow others' opinions to undermine your self-belief. Persist on your chosen path when it aligns with your convictions. Limit exposure to negativity. Distance yourself from individuals who consistently attempt to mold you against your will. Seek supportive relationships that encourage rather than criticize. Build a supportive community. Surround yourself with like-minded individuals who share your values and perspectives. The acceptance of a supportive community strengthens your resolve. 6. Superficial. Unidirectional relationships. A superficial, one-sided relationship is characterized by an imbalance in reciprocal interaction. One individual consistently invests more effort and emotional energy than the other, who primarily receives without demonstrating genuine care or commitment. Such relationships lack authenticity, depth, and mutual concern. Common indicators include unilateral communication initiation, e.g., consistent messaging and calls met with infrequent responses. Transactional engagement, seeking assistance only when needed, offering none in return, and a disparity in emotional support, providing consistent empathy while receiving indifference or neglect during personal hardship. The maintaining of such a relationship requires disproportionate effort, resulting in a shallow connection devoid of genuine reciprocity. Superficial, one-sided relationships are pervasive and detrimental to well-being. These relationships manifest in various contexts, each characterized by an imbalance of effort and emotional investment. Firstly, consider the one-sided friendship. In this dynamic, one individual consistently initiates contact, plans activities, and provides emotional support, while the other party remains passive, seeking assistance only when convenient. This creates an unequal power dynamic where one person feels undervalued, unheard, and ultimately, used. The lack of reciprocity fosters feelings of resentment and emotional depletion. Similarly, superficial romantic relationships exhibit a stark imbalance. One partner consistently strives to please the other, investing significant time and emotional energy, while receiving little in return. Their feelings, thoughts, and needs are disregarded, with the other partner's engagement limited to periods of personal need, such as emotional support, financial assistance, or practical help. This transactional approach undermines genuine connection and fosters feelings of inadequacy and loneliness. The professional sphere is not immune to such imbalances. One-sided professional relationships often involve an individual consistently supporting colleagues, only to find their requests for assistance ignored. Similarly, an employee may diligently perform their duties, exceeding expectations, yet receive minimal recognition or appreciation from their superiors. This lack of acknowledgement undermines motivation and professional growth, creating a hostile and unproductive work environment. Finally, familial relationships can also suffer from this imbalance. One family member may consistently strive to please others, prioritizing their needs and desires above their own. However, this effort is often met with indifference, with family members only seeking assistance or control when it suits their purposes. This lack of genuine connection and reciprocal care creates emotional distance and hinders the development of healthy family bonds. The consistent disregard for one's emotional well-being within these relationships can lead to significant psychological distress. Superficial, one-sided relationships are detrimental. Maintaining such relationships negatively impacts your mental well-being and overall life. They drain your energy and induce exhaustion. Your constant giving without reciprocity leads to fatigue and disillusionment. Furthermore, they inflict emotional damage, fostering feelings of exploitation, loneliness, and devaluation. This can erode your self-worth, causing self-doubt and questioning your importance to others. Finally, prioritizing these relationships prevents you from cultivating healthier, more fulfilling connections with individuals who genuinely value you. We persist in these relationships despite their detrimental nature due to several factors. The fear of solitude prevents individuals from severing ties, even when the relationship is demonstrably unhealthy. The hope for reciprocal change fuels continued investment, despite a lack of demonstrable progress. Nostalgia for past positive experiences sustains the relationship, overshadowing current negativity. A lack of self-assurance inhibits the pursuit of alternative connections, fostering dependence on the existing, unsatisfactory dynamic. Finally, psychological manipulation can engender guilt and prevent individuals from terminating the relationship. How to navigate unhealthy relationships. A strategic approach effectively managing interpersonal relationships requires a proactive and assertive strategy. The first step in addressing problematic relationships is to objectively assess their dynamics. Honest self-reflection is crucial. Is this relationship truly reciprocal? A persistent imbalance, where one party consistently invests more effort without commensurate return, signifies a one-sided dynamic that necessitates intervention. Establishing clear boundaries is paramount. It is not obligatory to perpetually accommodate the demands of others. Learning to assertively decline requests when feeling exploited is essential for self-preservation and the maintenance of healthy boundaries. This involves a conscious decision to prioritize personal well-being over the potentially manipulative desires of others. Open and direct communication is vital, particularly if the relationship holds significance. A frank discussion, expressing your concerns and unmet needs, is necessary to gauge the other party's willingness to address the imbalance. This conversation should focus on specific instances of inequity and collaboratively explore potential solutions. However, it's crucial to approach this conversation with realistic expectations. Recognizing that change may not always be possible, the decision to disengage from a relationship should not be viewed as a failure, but rather as a strategic retreat from a detrimental situation. If, despite sincere efforts at communication and compromise, the relationship remains unbalanced and disrespectful, disengagement is a necessary and justifiable action. Persisting in an unhealthy relationship only perpetuates the imbalance and undermines personal well-being. Finally, cultivating healthy relationships requires a conscious effort to prioritize individuals who demonstrate genuine care and respect. Invest time and energy in nurturing reciprocal relationships characterized by mutual support, understanding, and shared responsibility. This proactive approach to relationship building fosters a supportive network that contributes positively to overall well-being. Life is too short to be trapped in unhealthy, one-sided relationships. If you find yourself consistently subjected to such demands, establish firm boundaries and disengage. You deserve relationships characterized by mutual respect, health, and positive energy. Have you encountered such individuals? Share your experiences below. Your story may help others recognize the need to extricate themselves from detrimental relationships. Remember to like, share, and subscribe for more videos empowering you to live more decisively and wisely.